Hello everyone, welcome back to another week of me analyzing the top cut of Master Circuit Series. This weekend we had a tournament by YGO Pro Deck, again 512 players, and as you can already see on the screen, the meta shifted a little bit. Last week I was super surprised by how low of a representation Swordsoul had, and as you can see, they have bounced back. This week Swordsoul was the most represented deck in top 16 of week number 2. We see 6 Swordsoul in top 16, 4 Marthmag, also 4 Branded Espia, funnily enough, that's the exact same number than last week. Then 1 Thunder Dragon, there's always that 1 Thunder Dragon player being in the top cut, which is quite interesting. And then 1 Ignister, also those guys are still performing very well. Usually it is Marthmag Ignister currently. And then 1 Zombie. My first instinct was, hey, that must be Eldritch then or something, but I have the list, we're going to look at it in a moment. And then also 1 Trap Trick deck, so some roguish, some interesting decks which have sneaked into top 16 as well, but let's see what the decks exactly were. And here is the top 16 deck piloted by Elnick, and it is the zombie list we were just talking about. He ended up in top 16, and as you can see, it's not Eldritch. He's not playing any Eldritch cards. It is actually zombie cards. There's Baladrog, there's Zombie World, there's Uni-Zombie, there's Mizuki, Ancient Solitaire, all of that, and also there's a small branded engine. So it's branded zombies, and apparently it works. There's also Jack O'Bolin I just saw. This is actually quite an interesting looking deck. I feel like he played versus a lot of matchups where Zombie World actually does something, because, for example, if you just randomly get paired versus Flo on the Reese, Zombie World obviously is an MVP and obviously a game winner. Besides that, I don't know how generally strong this deck is, but it brought him or her all the way to top 16. Let's see what else we had in top 16. This is one of the Swordsoul lists that made it to top 16 and that posted about his run on Twitter. By looking at it, I think that is as standard as he could get it, which is absolutely fine. We talk about Swordsoul lists a lot on here. Just keep it simple, keep it basic, and you will probably have good success with it. I don't know whether I would go with Triple Ecclesia at the moment, but that's definitely not something that is super extraordinary, which you should absolutely not do, and it's definitely rather reasonable. But this is Nanite, also coming in top 8 of the Master Circuit Series Week 2. And as we can see, he's on Triple Desires and also Talents. This is a card that is definitely picking up popularity lately. Like, at the beginning in Master Duel, nobody really played it, but now more and more players are getting onto it, so I'm really interested whether that is just becoming a staple at some point, because in the TCG at the moment, it is somewhat of a staple almost. Also on Triple Ecclesia, by the way, which is interesting. Yeah, extra deck, nothing too crazy either. So let's go over to the last list I have, and that is the winner list. That is the guy that took it all down, Wire Dragon. Got an invitational invite for the big tournament in the end. Of course, as all the top cut makers here from this tournament, but also he just won this thing for $500 immediately, which is quite nice. Just Marthmag. So I moaned last week that, hey, Marthmag is not that much better than Swordsoul, so where are all the Swordsoul tops? But now, in the end, Marthmag taking it down. So week 1 got won by Despia, week 2 got won now by Marthmag, and not a Swordsoul victory just yet. So they still have to work for their success, which is interesting. And I don't even know whether those decks are going to have much more success, because yesterday was the release day of Sprite. So Sprite may just take it all over, and from now on we are going to see a whole bunch of Sprite. I would not be surprised if that would be the case, but we gotta see how this is all developing. If you want to see more analysis of either Master Circuit Series or Challenger Cups over here in Europe, definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like here on the video, and maybe even get a little bit of a comment going so we are pushing the algorithm a little further. See you very soon. LampyYG is signing out.